We're going to take a quick look here at race 6 Fairgrounds on Saturday. Big day. We got the Risen Star and all the good stakes. And this is some non-graded stakes, and it's the Colonel Power. It's a 5.5 furlong sprint. It's a pretty interesting race. First thing I want to kind of just point out that it is a red plot fit, so proceed with caution. These aren't always our favorites, but you could just look at both the surface and distance standard plot. They look relatively the same with the exception of the number 6 and 11 not being able to plot on surface and distance, and that's because they're just not have recent races sprinting on the turf. So that's just a point in hand. The thing about this plot is the first thing I kind of catches my eye is the contention. There's heavy contention. You can see it on the plot. The 7, 8, 4, all those horses, the early run styles are all clustered together in quadrant 1. There's no clear front runner. So this pace dynamic, I think, should help the off the pace runners. So let's evaluate them. They're the 1, 2, 5, and 10. The 11's another one, but again, I think that horse, the 11 and 6, this is not what they do, sprint on turf. So we're going to kind of toss them for this conversation. I'm going to focus our analysis on the 1, 2, and 5. So let's take a look at them. I'm going to bring up the table that also comes with 2020. And let's first look at Fast Boat. This horse is second off a layoff. It's past optic figures in today's range. I don't need much more than that. This horse is, coming into this race, should improve off the recent effort. It's not up there, but I did actually grade this in the grid. It's a B, his last race. It was a good race. Looked like a prep for today. So he should be in good shape. Joe Sharp, Besheza, this is kind of their territory here at Fairgrounds. They're the local folks. The number 2, Chaos Theory, kind of towers over this field in terms of class. He's got a speed figure edge also, but it's 228 days, a long time since he's raced. That's, I'm guessing maybe this race is being used as a prep. Don't know if the value is going to be there, but watch the board on him. He's obviously has a big shot if he's ready to fire. But if he's getting overbet, he might be one to take a shot against with that long layoff. Number 5, Star Kodiak, seems like a value play based on his morning line of 6-1. He's had recent issues. You can see his last 2 races he had traffic, and then he also had some issues with room and tactics prior, and we thought he would improve off those races. Both those races were taken off the turf. He gets back to the turf. And he's run a Optics figure in the past of 99 that's comparable to today's range. Now, he's a little light on class, but he's kind of a young, improving horse, and there are really no knocks in his form. If you look at his complete form under Optics notes, there's no red, absolutely no red. There's some green, but no red. And that's always usually a good sign. It just has kind of a progressive look. And I think he's a value play with the leading jockey, Mitchell Morrill, taking the mount there. So one to really watch is the number 5, Star Kodiak. Then finally, the other contenders, Blind Ambition, is a horse that plots the best relative to the other horses in the race and to the fit, the track profile. When you look at that quad percentage up there, the big circle, that means he's got an advantage over those other horses, and it's based on where he sits in the plot and then how as good is that particular place in the plot is for this particular track surface and distance. So all good stuff for him. The big concern, again, like the number 2, he's coming off a big layoff, 128 days, the deep post. He's got to kind of work out a trip from there. Again, watch the board. I think when you look at it, the 1 and the 5, or just have the recency edge on the 2 and the 10. But I think the winner's going to come from one of those 4. Okay. The other thing is just so you know, go to OptixEQ.com, and if you go to Derby Preps, I've also done analysis on the Risen Star and the El Camino at Golden Gate. So a lot of good content, plus our race of the day from San Diego by Emily Gullickson. Good stuff. Hope you have a great day. Enjoy it.